Beep. Yes, you are filming. That's a breach of my rights.
Sophie, what week is it?
Week 11.
I'm gonna ask you again. What week is it?
Is it race week?
It's race week!
It's a bit chiller. 150 time, 2 sets of 3 150s. If I did the session Friday, which I wouldn't before race, I would then miss out on lactic, and that's the main thing that I don't want to miss out on in winter training. So we got Monday 150s, Wednesday is a lighter aerobic session, and then blocks on Friday. So got the plan ready, just gotta do it.
Poop. Too fast.
Thing is that there's a lot of wind, so it's difficult to know how far to slow down to, but it's okay. We're not dead yet. Okay, set 1.
Go, Josh. That look good.
Still too fast. Come on, go. There you go. You're just filming me, aren't you?
This is JJ.
This is Matt.
And this is Josh. Stumble.
I mean, it's good, but it's dodgy. It's dodgy.
By this time, you probably know it is race week. But it's now Saturday, the day before my race. Honestly, I'm feeling good. The first race of the season is always going to be the most difficult because you don't know how you're feeling, you don't know how you are going to deal with the environment and all these other things, right? But that's just the beauty of having the first race. The race I'm doing tomorrow is an open meeting and I'm doing a 60-meter run. Like, I had my session yesterday with my blocks. To be fair, it technically didn't go well. It was not successful in the way I wanted it to be. It's always good to think, okay, you know what? Friday didn't go too well, it doesn't matter. I know I've got it in me, I know what I've got to do and focus on, and then I just need to see how I feel tomorrow in my warm-up, in things that I need to focus on then, and see what I can do, you know? The only pressure that I will feel is pressure from myself. I am my own worst enemy. Instead of following a certain type of like, this is my warm-up, this is what I need to do, the next thing, I just need to go with the flow and do what I want to do. Do what I think is important to make sure that I get the most out of my warm-up and for the conditions I'm in. Because no race conditions are the same. Nonetheless, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day, do what I need to do, be productive, and just have fun tomorrow. Not put too much stress or pressure on myself to run sub 7. Realistically, in my head, if I want to do it so badly, I then pressure myself into being like, I can do it, and then I don't do it. Instead, if I just enjoy the racing, enjoy the environment, enjoy everything that it has to offer, I will just do well. Because that is when I'm in my flow state, that is when I am most locked in. And yeah, that's what I gotta do. sure I made a little cry out. We ain't got enough to lie about. My truth too complicated to hide now. It's race day, baby! Woo!
Seeing this, in the 26.3, that's the first on paper, great start from Cardiff Archer there, or great race there, hard to call from my position.
In lane 8 from Bristol and West is Joshua Max. Very quick start from Aaron Tugwell in the middle there, being chased all the way. But it looks like Aaron was going to take it in another official time of 6.86.
Okay, let me explain what happened. We get to the comp, everything is fine, you know, I'm vibing to music, I'm enjoying the environment, you know, I'm ready to warm up and race. By the time I got into my spikes, I was feeling good, I was feeling powerful, you know, my 3-point starts felt good, so I finally got into the blocks. I have my own little routine in my blocks, so I do 1 step, then 2 steps, then I do a 10-meter start. So I did my first step, all good, felt good, went back to it, did my 2 steps, and I couldn't believe what happened. Basically, the blocks we were using were really, really bad. And I didn't realize this for the ones I was using. So what happened was, as soon as I applied more force in the back block, the blocks slipped underneath me. As a result of that, I landed on my hamstring. Thankfully though, this didn't really make a difference in my first 60-meter run. It kind of put me off of starting how I wanted to, because I was just kind of hurt myself in a way. My issue really in the first 60-meter race was because I didn't get my knees high enough, probably because I was scared to really extend and go for it, because obviously the blocks slipped beforehand and they didn't, like, I wasn't very comfortable. So I was too low and I had a really steep angle that I'm not used to, and so I fell. I stumbled on my second step, like we saw in the block session the day before, or the 2 days before, and I did not have a clean, stable start, and that is my downfall. I then had to regain myself, and as soon as I got upright, I realized I'm catching these people, you know? So I was really happy about my upright speed. It was just, I didn't have a clean race, and because of that, I got mad at myself. Thankfully, we got to run again as we got into the final, and that was an hour and a half later from the race we just had, and I didn't stop. I literally kept on practicing the start over and over again. I think I did about 6 block starts before my race. It wasn't a good idea at all. This then caused me to feel a lot more tired, not as awake as well, and I also realized that my hamstring was slowly tightening up. But then I was between, well, do I stop and let my hamstring tighten up, or do I keep going, keep doing the block starts, work on that, but then I'm tired? So I went with the second option, basically. We get to the final race, and in the back of my mind, I knew that I'm tired and my hamstring is tightened up, and I just tried to put that aside and race, but it just didn't work out. You know, I just didn't get my feet going. I couldn't really extend off on my hamstring either, and it felt uncomfortable. So I stopped mid-race. And honestly, that's probably the smartest thing I've ever done. You know, it is what it is. Like, it's a season opener, it's only a 60, it doesn't really matter too much. It's just to get used to racing again. And even though I didn't really get a clean race, a clean competition, it was a good way to know where I'm at and what I need to work on. And a lot of it is my mental, you know, going into the race. But then again, my nutrition, my sleep, all the other processes that I went through that day was perfect, and I now know what I need to do for the day. The block start issue I had in the first race, I can now work on throughout the next weeks and months before I get to my important competition, which is BUCS. And the hamstring thing, we'll see. I mean, at this rate anyway, gonna see the physio, get a diagnosis of anything else, but I'm pretty sure it's just because I landed on it, it's a different stimulus that I'm used to, and it's just tighten up to preserve and make sure it's okay. So I think we're all good. There's not a lot to be worried about here, to be honest. I'm going to continue as normal, but just be a little bit more careful with warming up and making sure that I build up to faster levels and things in training. And if there's one rule that I can tell you that I always live by, is if it doesn't feel right, stop. And that's what I did mid-race, and that's what I had to do to make sure that I kept myself injury free. Either way, if you have enjoyed the video, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos in the future. There's a lot more content coming soon with BUCS on the way, my preparation for that, so I'm excited to see what happens, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.